You're listening to the Create a Life That Is Beautiful podcast. I'm your host, Leticia Ringe, and this is episode number 51. Welcome, my beautiful friends, to the Create a Life That Is Beautiful podcast. I am your host, Leticia Ringe, and I'm a life and business coach for people who want to make a difference. I help them create a life and a business that is beautiful to them. And so what does that mean? That means allowing you to make your difference and create a lifestyle that allows you to thrive. Thriving to me is thriving on all levels, physically, emotionally, financially, spiritually, all the things, right? I do believe that we can have it all, and it's all about balance. And so this is the message that I'm trying to share. So today in this episode, I want to talk about a topic that needs to be spoken about. And it's so important to all of our manifestations. It's so important for fulfillment. It's important for fun. It's important for growth and expansion. And that is, how do we align with our dreams now? So here's the thing, my friends. Many of us will have dreams, but we don't believe that it's actually possible for us right now. So we see it as simply a dream, as something that will only ever be a figment of our imagination and not something that will ever come into form right now. This is, of course, a problem because it means that we don't have our belief behind our dreams. We don't have the belief that it is possible to embody our dreams. And so this is the problem, and this is where people believe, okay, dreams, yeah, they're great, but they're almost like some sort of escapism, right? It's not dealing with reality. That's a really sad way to approach our dreams, okay? Our dreams allow us or show us what is possible. When we dream something, it can be because we have a desire for it. So by being able to see it with our mind's eye, or our third eye, some might say, this allows us to see what could be possible in a visual form. And then that allows us to then move forward, bringing that vision into life. So if we then have a deep belief within us that our dreams are just dreams, that they're not actually possible, that we can't embody it, that we've got to actually see it in physical form before we will believe our dreams, that's going to be really problematic, because everything that we're creating is something that we have seen in some way or on some level with our imagination and from the people around us. So if we believe that we've got to see it physically first in our own life, that's going to present some issues, right? Because that's not how it works. We create based on what we believe. We create based on what we're aligning with right now. So whatever you're believing right now, whatever is the core beliefs that you have about what's possible for you, all those times that you say, well, I'd really love that, but, and then you go into whatever the but is, that is the vision you're creating right now. That's the vision that you're aligning with, not the dream. And this is something that we all do. We come from this scarcity mentality. We believe that, we've got to manage our expectations. And I think I've spoken about this on the podcast before. And if not here, I've spoken about it somewhere else. We give ourselves these teeny tiny dreams, the ones that we believe, that could be possible. It's like setting goals. One of the criteria that we always hear is that they have to be realistic. Well, a dream is not necessarily realistic, and I don't believe that we should limit our goals with that either, right? So our dreams are something that feel like a stretch. They're going to challenge us in some way. They're usually creating some other reality for us. They are a challenge, right? They are a stretch. That's why they're a dream and not a goal, right? Because we see goals as something that we can actually achieve. A dream is something that's a bit more far off. Okay, so we want to stop shrinking our dreams to begin with. We want to keep our dreams as they are, allow that inspiration to come through, and simply take note of them. So the first thing you want to do to align with your dreams now is to take note of what they are. And so our dreams will be desires. If you have a desire to create something, if you have a desire to do something, if you have an image that keeps coming to you of something that feels really good to think about, to imagine, if you're literally in bed asleep dreaming and in some fantasy land, take note of what your dreams are. What is happening during those dreams? What makes your soul or your heart long? What is your soul or heart longing for? What makes it ache? What's tugging at it? What's saying, hey, this is something I really wish I could do? In fact, what are your wishes? What are the things you say, I wish I'd done that? I really regret that I never did this. What are they? Start to note them down, write them, paint them, put them into a visualization. Do whatever you need to do, but make sure that you're taking note of what the dreams are. Now, I'd even go further and say that any sort of desire is leading you towards a dream. So anything that you feel curious about, anything that you're inspired to explore, anything you think, hey, I'd actually like to do that, I would say that that is pointing you in the directions of your dream. And then what happens is the mind comes in and says, oh, but that's not, like, logically I can't see or understand why this this desire is going to take me to the, next rung on the ladder of success. It can't understand it. And this is because when we're dealing with our feelings and our emotions, which are driven through our heart and our soul, it's something that we're receiving from something that the mind cannot comprehend. They're speaking different languages. We start to try and translate it through our mind and understand, rather than trusting the information that we're receiving through our emotions and our desires. So if you're not someone who dreams, potentially there's a subconscious block there, right? You're not allowing yourself to dream. I have worked with clients who have this, and I believe I myself have gone through periods like this where I didn't allow myself to dream. This can be a subconscious block, right? You don't want to allow yourself to be let down. So you don't dream because you don't want to see yourself become attached to a vision that you deeply believe you cannot fulfill. And this is why I think the whole goals being realistic and us really, really, really banging on about that, I do understand that it's important to set goals that are achievable so that you can then gain confidence and momentum to move forward. That is really important. And so for some goals, it's going to be what we need. But when it comes to our big goals and what I call dreams, our vision that we're creating, I think that we want this to be as big a stretch as possible, right? We want something that we can really shoot for. It's that old shoot for the moon and land among the stars. And this is because it's not even about achieving every single thing in the dream. It's about having something that's big enough and inspiring enough and motivating enough to work towards, that keeps you wanting to move forward, that keeps you wanting to challenge and stretch yourself and grow and evolve as a person. If we have these teeny tiny dreams, why on earth would we want to do that? It's like, hey, I know I can do that. I know I can walk up the road and go to dinner and spend, $50. Awesome. I know that I can go and buy this book and learn about something. Awesome. We want things that are more challenging. That's just the way that we are. That's what motivates us as people. So work with the way that we are, right? Get to know your nature and work with it. You need a dream that's inspiring. If you're not having a dream right now, it's probably because of this scarcity mentality and this not wanting to let ourselves down. Now, is being disappointed about falling short of a dream, of all the specifics of a dream, is that really the problem? No, the problem is the attachment to the outcome of the dream, right? To all of the details. And this is why you hear with manifestation, yes, it's great to think about the specifics, but then also you don't want to get attached to it. And also you need to allow yourself for all the different possibilities and ways that your manifestations will turn up. And this is because whatever we are currently conceiving, this is based on only what we've seen around us or in movies or whatever, right? It's based on things that we've seen happen before in most instances. Sometimes it'll be something that completely comes through and is innovative and we've completely 100% received. But often it's based on what we've seen in terms of the how our dreams can come into form. But as we know, even just with technology, there are new opportunities being created every single day, ones that we have no idea exist right now. And so we've got to remain open by not being attached to the way we believe our dreams should be fulfilled. And this is why it's important to know what's most important about your dreams. What are the key components to them? And so we can tune in then to how the dream makes you feel. What sort of emotions are you having? Who else is in your dream? And maybe it's not a specific person, but how do they make you feel to be around? Where are you living? What sort of parent are you? What sort of friend are you? What sort of business owner are you? What sort of employee are you? Employer are you? So we can start to explore our dreams in a little more detail. And this will help you figure out what is most important about those dreams, so that you can then focus on those aspects and allow yourself to open up with the rest. Now, it's also helpful to dig deeper into your dreams and to really look at what's coming up there for you so that you can start to take steps right now in this present moment to align with those dreams. So this is why future self-work is so helpful. What we can do is just make decisions now, but based on a vantage point of the future. So based on that version of you that is currently allowing yourself to have that dream, that version of you that is in some way already embodying the vision or the dream. So we want to tap into that future self, that version of you, and ask them to decide for us what our best next steps are right now. This will help you align with this vision because one, it's showing that you trust it. Two, one of the biggest pieces in manifestation is tapping into those feelings that we think the vision is going to give us, which we're finding out more about by digging into our dreams. But by feeling those feelings now, by doing things that give us these feelings now. So we want to make sure we're aligning in the now with our dream and our vision as much as possible. It shows that we trust it, and it also makes sure that we're a vibrational match to the way that we want to feel. And then you realize that actually the dream exists right now because you're feeling that way. And then it's even more inevitable and possible that the dream eventuates. So that's pretty cool. Now, the other thing that this does is tapping into this future self of yours to help you make decisions now. It also helps you overcome your inevitable limiting beliefs. So whenever we start to dream, just like I was talking about earlier, some of us won't even allow ourselves to dream because we're afraid of not achieving the dream. We're afraid of being disappointed. We're afraid of falling short. We're afraid of, that there's not enough for all of us to be able to embody in abundance. We're afraid and that's the scarcity mentality, right? We think, okay, well, if I have all these things, if I have all the health and happiness and money and whatever else it is, then that's going to mean other people are going to not have enough, right? I'm taking from someone else by me having more. This is a limiting belief and it's not true. The abundance mindset or the abundance approach to this same idea is that the more I have, the more I'm able to give, right, to others. The more I'm able to give to our world. The healthier I am, the more I can do in the world. That's a fact, right? If we don't have our health, We don't have anything. The happier I am, the more I'm able to give to my community and the people around me. That's also a fact, right? We all know that the more we fill ourselves up, the more love we have to give others. So wouldn't that be true then for things like money, right? The more money I have, the more I'm able to show up in my life, maybe happier and healthier, and maybe also I'm able to show up for others and give others more because of the money that I have, right? So I'm able to support people that I care about, support causes that I care about. There is more than enough for us to go around. We need to stop thinking through this scarcity mind, because someone who comes from a scarcity point of view is not the person that's giving, right? As soon as they get, they keep it and they, I can't think of the word, but like nestle it, hide it away, right? Keep it for a rainy day, rather than trusting in the abundance and using that money, right, to invest in things that they care about, right, including their own health and happiness. No, a person coming from a scarcity point of view is not going to do that. They're going to literally save it all for a rainy day in case the worst happens. So can you see how much more expansive it is to come from this abundance mindset, and that not allowing ourselves to dream, and by also trying to tear apart our dreams, is our limiting beliefs and come from this scarcity mindset. So some other limiting beliefs that we'll have are, for example, overcomplicating things. We'll say, this is just too hard. How could I ever make this possible? I just don't understand what my next step is. There's too many different things to do, so I'm just not going to do any of them. Another limiting belief is about, just like what the example I was giving before, but about not wanting to invest in our health and happiness right now, right? Not wanting to invest financially in ourselves so that we can allow ourselves to fulfill our dreams. So with this regard, I'll just mention, in terms of investing in yourself with support, right? So if you asked your future self, what would be an important next step for me to make to bring this vision into reality? Your future self might say, okay, go and get yourself support from people who have got the experience that you're looking for, right? And so this is where I use the example of with coaching, right? So whenever you start something new, a new project, it can be incredibly helpful to go and get a coach who has got that experience, right? So for instance, I always recommend when someone starts out on a new business or some other new endeavor that they do work with a coach, whether that's one-to-one or in a group setting or in a course or whatever it is. But go and get yourself someone who has done it before and can help guide you and also hold you accountable to this vision, right? They can hold space for the vision for you because they've done it. They can see it for you. And so this is why when we do things like starting a business, I believe that's the crucial point to invest in yourself, because that's the point when your limiting beliefs are going to be at their loudest. And so that's the point when you're at the biggest risk of not moving forward and allowing your mind to overtake and to basically slash your dreams, really, right? And then what you do, because we're always creating whatever it is we truly believe, what happens when we have these limiting beliefs is that we then make poor decisions that then become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So for instance, by not taking the time to invest in yourself and get the support you need because you believe, oh, hey, I've got to create this super successful business first, and then I'll go and invest in myself, right? You might think, oh, once I've got 100K, then I'll go and make the investments in myself. But what you do that based on a limiting belief. You believe that you aren't abundant. You don't trust in your dreams and in the abundance of the universe. You come from a scarcity point of view. And so what happens is that belief that is driving you, you then confirm that by setting yourself up in a way that won't make you successful or potentially reach the 100K or whatever limit it is that you've put on yourself, whatever outcome you've put on yourself to achieve before you're able to take the step that is actually aligned with your vision right now. This is a big trap that many of us fall into. So I think that that's just a really useful example there, right? Because I think this is one that we'd all probably think, hey, I do need to prove that this is an investment I should make before making it. But as you can see, that is a limiting belief, and one that is just going to confirm the belief that you have right now rather than actually aligning you with your dreams now. Something that would be more aligning when you tune in with your future self and ask, what is my next best step? How can I put myself in alignment with you right now, is to decide as if you already had the success or were embodying the vision now. So of course, if you were already someone who had the 100K, whatever that limit was that you, or the outcome that you put on yourself, if you already had that, what decisions would you be making? Well, you've already said that you'd be making the decision to invest in yourself, right? Through getting the right support that you need in your business or whatever it is that you're creating or doing. So to align with that dream, the step would be to go and get yourself the support now. And this is why people say, if you're someone who sees in your vision, your dreams that, you're traveling a lot, or you're going to get massages, or maybe you're wearing different clothes to what you're wearing now, maybe you're doing some practice, like maybe you've got more time to exercise, maybe you've got more time to meditate, maybe you go and do a dancing lesson or a singing lesson or something creative. Whatever's coming up in your dream right now, it's important for you to do it now, because that is what's going to put you in alignment with it. It means that you trust it. It shows that you believe in it. And that's actually the inspired action right now. That might not be the inspired action in a couple of years when you feel like you're embodying that dream. And by then you've made all these steps, not to confirm your dream, but to confirm your beliefs. So the reality that you create is unlikely to be the vision that you were trying to align with. So don't wait until you're making the money. Don't wait until you've proven that you can afford to have more space and time in your life for the exercise or the meditation or the reading or whatever it is that's coming up for you in that dream. Create that space now. Make those investments now. Do the massages, buy the new clothes, go get your hair done more regularly. Like, do the things now that are showing up in your vision, because that is a sign of trust and faith in your dreams, which means that you believe in your dreams rather than the limiting beliefs that come up. Now, it doesn't mean that if we have limiting beliefs come up, that means that, that's a core belief and that we can't move forward. No, every single limiting belief that we become aware of is a gift. It's a gift. And what I hear often from my clients and my community and friends and family and just everybody is, I need to clear this limiting belief first before I take the action that I know I need to take. So for instance, when it comes to starting a business, I hear a lot that, okay, I need to work on, my abundance, or I need to work on my mindset, or I need to work on my confidence. And then I'll think about starting the business or making the investment or whatever it is. No, that is not supportive of overcoming the limiting belief. We can align and take the action that's aligned with our vision now, and that is what will help you overcome the limiting belief, because you will show the limiting belief that your dreams are actually possible, because you'll start feeling the way you want to feel in your dreams now, and you'll start doing things that are aligned with the dreams that your limiting belief, or really the mind, is going, oh, hey, I can do this. This is possible. This is coming into form now. And this is what builds the momentum and keeps you moving forward. So we always want to be asking ourselves, our future selves, what decisions would they be making about this situation that I'm dealing with right now? What would my future self be deciding? Not based on where I am now, but based on the information and mindset and life that they are leading in that dream or vision. They have the gift of more information and expansion. They also have the gift of embodying the dream or vision. And that only exists because of us right now, here in this moment, imagining it. So for our subconscious mind or our unconscious mind even, this exists right now. So tune in with your dreams regularly, as often as possible. Walk through your vision. And then ask yourself, what steps can I take today that would be something that I would be doing in my dream or my vision? And what decisions would I be making today? How can I take action or steps that will allow me to feel the way I believe I'm going to feel once I have this vision in my life? What support do I need in my life right now? What sort of activities am I doing? What people have I got in my life? All of this will help you align with your dreams. And then another important part is to ask yourself what beliefs you would be having, right? What would my future self be believing about this? Well, your future self is going to believe that the dreams are possible because they're living it. So that's the belief to have, not the mind that comes in and tries to tell you all the reasons why it's not possible. No, trust in your desires, trust in your dreams, and that will help you bring them to life much, much sooner. Don't judge yourself for having the limiting belief. Use it as a gift to know that, hey, I need to take some action here that's aligned with my dreams now. I'm aware of the limiting belief. That is the gift because it means you can overcome it. If you're not aware of the limiting beliefs, that's how they get you. That's how you keep going on autopilot, right? Like basically creating the incongruence between what it is you want and what your beliefs actually are. And so therefore creating a reality that you don't want, but that is fueled by the beliefs that you're having, which are keeping you small. We want to make you big, and you can be. Anything is possible. Literally anything is possible. Please believe in your dreams. I believe in your dreams, and I know that you have what it takes to move forward, because you wouldn't, as I mentioned in our last episode, you would not be having the desire if you didn't have what it takes. So trust, and I can't wait to see your dreams come to life. Now, my beautiful friends, this is going to be also my last call for those of you who are starting a business or wanting to start a business to join me in my upcoming group coaching program, Create Your Beautiful Biz. This is a small, immersive 2-month experience. I'll be taking you through all of the necessary steps to get yourself set up in your business. I'll be teaching you how to set up your website so that it is speaking to your audience. I'll teach you how to actually identify who your audience is. I'll take you through how to also start communicating and growing your community in a beautiful, heart-centered, aligned, and authentic way that feels really good to you. I'll teach you how to create an email list, how to grow that, how to pick a social media channel, how to create content for your community that is extremely valuable, and how to create your first product or service, something that is really going to speak to your soulmate clients and your community, something that serves, and also show you through a really simple and fun launch strategy that you can use for that program or product or service and for all of your future offerings. And through all of this, I'll also be, of course, taking you through what you need to create a strong foundation for your success. So things like mindset, things like making sure you're leading from the heart and connecting to the soul of your business, things like tuning into your full creative power and potential. So I'll be taking you through how to tune in with your own cyclical wisdom and how to show up in your business as the empowered person who believes in themselves and their dreams. How to be that person. So I'm so extremely excited for this experience. And if you would like to know more, please go to leticiaringe.com/create your beautiful biz. We start on March the 5th. It's not too late to join. We would love to have you. If you have any questions, just get in touch with me. I'm also very happy to have a call with you because I want you to be, 100% committed before we dive in. If you also want to know how to help yourself make a decision, if you're feeling like, oh, I just don't know if this is what I want to do and I'm freaking out, what do I do? Do I? Don't I? What I suggest you do is find yourself a nice quiet space and take yourself through a short meditation. Make sure you've got your back against a wall or on a chair. You're feeling nice and supported somewhere so that your body feels physically safe and allowing yourself to drop into that theta state. So you want to start taking a breath for 3 to 5 seconds in and then a breath for 3 to 5 seconds out. And do that for 5 breath cycles so that you're slowing down your brain waves and getting into that theta state. And then what you want to do is tune into your vision, tune into what you want to create. So for this, it will be a business. Tune into that vision of your business. And then think about the program and the space. Think about how this 2-month experience will help you align with that vision. And see whether it is in alignment. And how you'll know whether it's in alignment is the way you'll feel in your body. If it feels expansive, you might still feel some fear, of course, because the ego is going to be, strong and telling you, no, this is too scary, don't do it, and then telling you all the reasons why not to. What you want to do is let your body lead the way. Does it feel expansive to take the program, to join Create Your Beautiful Business? And you can use this for any other decision you have to make. And then also, of course, just based on what we've just spoken about, you can also tune into that future version of you who is embodying the vision and ask them for some advice. What do they recommend? I always recommend letting your body lead, right? Because our mind just overtakes, but we want to be based on our intuition. And so the body is going to speak to us in the way it feels. So when it is something that the intuition is saying, no, that's not right, you'll feel a sense of contraction. And when it's the ego fear that's really, really loud, it'll contract you. But when the intuition is on board, there will feel a sense of expansion in your body. So I ask you to tune in and see whether you have that sense of expansion. And if you want to then check out the details, you can go to leticiaringe.com/create your beautiful biz. And if you have any other questions before you want to sign up, feel free to get in touch with me over on Instagram at Create a Life That Is Beautiful. Send me a DM and I will get back to you. And I'm also very happy to have a chat with you so that you can feel into it some more. So everybody, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. Tune into those dreams and start aligning with them right away. You deserve it. You've got this. And I'm so excited to hear more about what dreams you are calling in right now. And come and share with me over on Instagram. Tag me in a story and share with me what you're looking to call in. I'd love to hear. And if you've got any questions for me, please also send me a DM because this will help me know what future content to put out for you all and how I can best serve you. Alrighty, everyone, have a beautiful week and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to the Create a Life That Is Beautiful podcast. If you feel called, I would love it if you could please take a minute to rate and review this podcast on iTunes. This helps other people like you find it. And I also invite you to take a moment to share this episode with a friend you know needs to hear it.